Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It is another episode of Dadcast. Happy freaking New Year to you, Mr. Nick Martin. How are you? How was your Christmas? How did the New Year's go? How was everything?
It was freaking amazing. So crazy being in 2024. Man.
Okay, for the record, y'all, everyone out there listening and watching per audio, yes, this episode has dropped in the new year, but since Nick is in his ever professionalism type ways, this is being recorded just a couple days before New Year's. So that's where that came from. But when you see this, it will be a new year. And speaking of New Year's and changes and resolutions and all that type thing, Mr. Nick Martin, Dadcast, as you know it, is about to change in a matter of mere seconds. Right?
Definitely. 100%.
Definitely 100%. Let me tell you what's going on here with Dadcast, man. So we've had a friend of ours, a colleague. He's been working behind the scenes with Dadcast for a couple years now. He's been our web guy, our IT guy, our SEO guy, our guy behind the scenes who helps us stay on track and has literally, without him, I'd say we wouldn't be where we're at today by any means. He has blossomed us and grown us, in the digital area, digital space of Dadcast. And for that, we're so grateful and we're so thankful. He is our guest on today's episode of Dadcast, and it is with great friggin' pleasure that I announce him that we're taking him out of the back and we're putting him in the forefront of Dadcast, as this man is now going to be host of Dadcast alongside Nick and myself for every single episode moving forward. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the team, Mr. Jesse Dugas. How are you, sir?
Thank you for another incredible intro, dude. You knock it out of the park.
Come on, man.
Freaking week with the intros. I am so excited to do this with you and Nick, and it's been fun working on the back end. It's going to be even more fun being on the front end, and getting to team up and pick on Nick is the only reason to do it.
That's a good reason. We talked behind the scenes about it. Nick, you had no idea. I'm like, Jesse, what is the number one reason you want to do Dadcast with us? And he's like, I want to talk shit to Nick every single week. So there you go.
I mean, it's not enough to do it in our group chats when he's up at 7 a.m. sending us pics of shirtless dudes. I mean, we're all dads here, and I know we're close. Come on.
It was Ashton Kutcher. Like, why would you not?
And Stifler.
and Stifler.
Yes. I think we took that meme out of proportion, but yeah. So yeah, Nick sent us, and what did I do to save the day, Jesse? I sent bikini clad women right back. So
just so you guys know, I was looking for Stifler's mom, and JP saved the day before I found Stifler's mom. So
all right. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Jesse Dugas is an amazing father. He's a business owner, and he owns JPS Computers, who, if you want to talk a little bit about that during this podcast, Jesse, that would be awesome. But that is the company behind the scenes that has done incredible work for Dadcast and incredible work for a lot of other amazing businesses out there. Let's talk about that real quick before we get into dad life.
He's also a coach too.
Right. We're going to get there, man. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Shut up, JP.
Yeah, we, here locally, I don't want to talk about the business too much. We've got some big stuff happening here. It's, along with doing this with you guys, which, you guys are my passion, and Dadcast gave me the opportunity to prove out my new system. But that system has allowed me to grow to the point where, I'm contracted with Justin Swanstrom Racing now out of Florida. He is massive. I'm rebuilding Sean Ellington and Murder Nova's website. It's going live next week. These guys have millions of followers. Justin Swanstrom just launched his first episode of podcast with me doing the behind the scenes stuff for him there. And so it's incredible, the growth from a small town kid in Southern Oregon, and the reach to be working with people in Oklahoma and Texas and Tennessee and Florida is just incredible with the outreach. And, we're a small team out here in Southern Oregon. Besides you guys, there's three of us. There's Alex, who is my social media manager and assistant manager, and my wife, Sandy, and I, and that's the three of us here at JPS Computers. So it's been fun. Thank you for that intro. Again, so, quick quick list of things I do. I'm a city council member here. So
Right.
I'm on the
That's a
council.
matter of fact. That's how we initially, back in the COVID time, we had you on as part of a panel to discuss COVID related things, which we won't need to get into anymore. That's fuck all that. It's past. That's how we met.
It is. And so, and then, Nick and I having the same pediatrician for our kids. Right. And so it all came full circle there. But it's, so I'm a city councilor here, entering my 4th year for the first term. Undecided if I'm going to run again or not. We'll figure that out. I've been asked to run for mayor. I don't think I have the time to do that. But we'll see what happens as a volunteer gig. And then obviously, running the JPS Computers operations here, co-owner of Grind Lifestyle, along with some other things. And then I coach. I'm the head baseball coach here, varsity baseball coach. Got 40 kids in our program. And then I'm a proud father of 4. I've got a 22-year-old serving his last year in the United States Army. And then I've got a 16-year-old junior in high school who's an absolute stud, both academically and athletically. And I've got a 6-year-old little boy and a 3-year-old little girl. And so that's and then one hell of a wife at home to bring everything together.
Talk about busy.
Yeah, a little bit.
When hearing it out loud and looking at you in the eye, and then I tell you that I'm busy, I feel like, no, I'm not. But I am. I really am. I got the 3 kids and then, this and that, but I don't feel like I'm that busy when I hear that coming out of your mouth. So obviously you are a dad. Oh, by the way, backing up to the whole business thing, and you mentioned it, you threw a little bit in there that, if it weren't for Dadcast, it wouldn't be where you're at right now. So you're welcome. I'm just playing, man. Got to throw the cockiness out there.
Absolutely.
How was Christmas in the Dugas household, man?
Sick. And so we were supposed to do this episode last week. I had the flu last week, and then my in-laws came down, and then Christmas Eve, Sandy got it, my 3-year-old got it, my 6-year-old got it. We spent all Christmas sick, and then the in-laws woke up this morning with it and decided they were going home.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
well done. You couldn't have planned that better, man.
We've got an RV park next to the house. They were staying in that, so they were able to, separate a little bit, but it is what it is that time of year. There's a lot of shit going around, and we all got it.
Okay. Well, being that it is the new year, it's that time. I used to be, but I'm not one anymore for making resolutions. I feel resolutions are literally meant to be broken. So instead, I've spent the last few years making goals for myself. Nick Martin, tell me what your goals for 2024 are, man.
Well, number one, to get Dadcast to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's a goal.
I could dig it. Now, who's going to get who's going to get to put the plaque up, though? Is it in your room? Is it in Jesse's office? Are we to cut it in 3 and put it? Yes. We're going to slice that son of a bitch up, and we're all going to get a piece.
Well, we'll just ask YouTube for 3 plaques. We'll be like, we'll pay extra. It's cool. Yeah, that and Grind Lifestyle. I want to get at least 100,000 shirts sold this year.
Cool. All right. And we haven't talked about it before, probably because I'm a selfish prick. But talk about Grind Lifestyle real quick, man. What's it about? Where can you find it? For anyone out there on the Dadcast platform checking us out right now, Nick's got a side hustle to his side hustle to his side hustle, which is Grind Lifestyle.
Right now, you can find the shirts at Havoc in Grants Pass, Get Her Printed in Rogue River, and Provisions in the Mall. They've got the shirts, the hats. Some shorts are left over. We will have an online store hopefully within the next 2 weeks. We've got some more shirts dropping. I just want to make sure we have plenty of inventory. And then we also do concerts. So there's a concert side to it. We have a whole bunch of big concerts. I'm not going to announce anything yet because we have a huge announcement coming up January 19th at the Hive.
Nice.
So
yeah, that's when I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
But there's some huge artists coming in. We've got country, we've got rock, pop punk, is a famous actor who's been a musician for 20 years. It's going to be really, really cool.
That one's not so much a secret. I won't say it.
No. Yeah, that one's out. So Thomas Nicholas, that one's out. He played Kevin in American Pie. That one's
Rookie of the Year
in the world. Rookie of the Year. He'll be here for a whole week. We will most likely have him on the podcast in person. again. And yeah, basically grind lifestyle is just grind, do what you love, and do it with people that you love doing it with. And that's kind of what it's all about. Just kind of make sure you're doing everything you can do and make it big.
Jesse Dugas.
Yeah, it also ties into that blue collar mentality, right? That's everything that grind lifestyle is. The people that aren't afraid to chase their dreams. You know, the Nick Martins of the world, the JPs of the world, the Jessies of the world, the people that will do whatever it takes to succeed. And so that's what grind lifestyle is. But, you know, I would like to swing it back over to Dadcast, because there's some big things coming to the Dadcast front.
Yes,
too.
there is.
Is there something you need to tell me, guys? Because what don't I know? By the way, it's freezing in here, so
I'm gonna do one real quick. I'm gonna call out someone I've been chatting with on the Insta. It's a pretty famous UFC fighter, probably the most famous female UFC fighter in the world. She just won her fight.
Okay, stop.
Hoping to get her on the podcast.
Stop.
Very
Don't say the name yet. Okay.
No name.
If I think of the most famous woman UFC fighter in the world,
JP and I are both thinking the same thing.
I am pretty sure you're not talking to Miss Rousey.
Correct.
She is a current UFC fighter. Miss Rousey is currently not fighting.
Correct.
So this female is a current UFC fighter. Currently won, like recently, within the last 30 days.
Are you allowed to announce it?
I don't want to.
Oh, you want to jinx it? Okay, that's a possibility. All right.
It's a very good possibility.
And is there something that I need to be known about from your side, Jesse?
Well, it's something we'd already talked about that we're going to preview when we do our team meeting here in a few days.
Yes.
But we have the brand new website for Dadcast going to go live with a brand new merch store. And so it's lots of stuff for Dadcast. Go get your Dadcast swag. It's going to be easier than ever to do so. You'll be able.
We did decide there's going to be no shirtless dudes on the website, though.
Including Nick.
And
Nick
not a single item that includes my face, I hope.
Not anymore. Either my face either.
Good. Good.
It's all Jesse's face now.
That's a bad idea.
Jesse, what is your goal for 2024, man?
So my goal for 2024 is to get Dadcast to 250 YouTube subscribers.
250,000.
Sorry,
okay.
1,000.
I'm like, we beat that like in 1918.
when I'm speaking in numbers, I'm always in the. All right.
So he's got lofty goals, Nick. Okay.
Bigger goals than I got. Damn. I like
the way that the new YouTube algorithm is running, and I can't let out trade secrets, but I will tell you that as soon as we hit that 100 mark, it will be a matter of immediate double. And so it's we need to get to that 100, and then we'll see 200 pretty quickly.
You know what my goal for 2024 is? Not to interrupt you. I want 1 million subscribers, you sons of bitches. If you want to go that high, all right, we're going 1 million.
That's my on the analytics side and the JPS computer side, that's my goal for Dadcast. On the front end side, not screw this thing up. You guys are giving me an opportunity and you've invited me in. I don't want to embarrass you guys. I want to embarrass myself. And so that's a big one.
And your very first opportunity at embarrassment is going to happen right now. Jesse Dugas, you are a host on Dadcast. I am generic guest number 1. Ask me a question.
JP, besides being a dad, what is your most favorite thing to do in the world?
Well, you started it off with my favorite thing in the world is being a dad. That isn't, for the record. That's it's up there. It's up there, but it's one of the most difficult things in the world, as you know.
Oh, yes.
So I take much pleasure in being a dad, but if I were to say it's my most favorite thing in the world, oh, God, I could probably think of at least 5 other things that don't cause as much stress in my life that I would say is more favorite. So I hope that doesn't come off negative as wrong. But
Vegas isn't going to be on that list then because it's stressful.
But it's so much fun, man. I got so much favorite things I like to do, but I mean, God, this is going to sound absolutely terrible, but I guess it goes right in with being a father. It's working hard and making that money to support my family. I go to bed on Christmas the other night, and I'm thinking, in my past, the week between Christmas and New Year's was always just a blur. No, there's no work. Usually I took vacation time, but here I am drifting to sleep Christmas night going, how much money am I going to make tomorrow to hit my goals for the week at my side hustles and my other gigs, so I can, attain what we need to attain, et cetera, for next year and moving forward. And then I woke up. I was up at 6:30 a.m. the day after Christmas, and I was out there doing it. And here we are 2 days after Christmas at the time of recording. I woke up at 6:30 a.m., did the exact same thing, and I'm looking at myself. I'm like, man, JP, it's okay to go home and take some time off. It's absolutely 100% okay, but there's the long-winded answer, and the answer that everyone does want to expect, man. My passion, man, is friggin' sports, my Dodgers, my Raiders, going to games, watching football with my son, who's just now coming into his own and learning it and knowing it, and playing it, and being excited for it, and actually reminding me, Dad, game's coming on, let's go. That right now, currently, as of 2024, first week of January, my favorite thing to do. All right, there. How about that? Was that an answer?
Yeah, and Sawyer plays football too.
He does.
I remember getting a phone call from you and a 30-second conversation turning into a full coaching clinic.
Yeah, right. We need some more of that, by the way. He's we got to work on that balance and speed, man. Balance, speed, strength. We got. If we get, if I get 2 out of the 3 out of him, I think he'll actually start in high school. But high school's coming up, coach, and he really wants to play. The kid, you guys, Christmas break. How I told you it's all wacky for everyone. He didn't go to bed last night. I found out. He was up all night online playing video games. I got him Spider-Man for Christmas, and he's been doing the Fortnite. He was up all freaking night. And at 8 o'clock this morning, I roll and I just got off the phone with you guys, and I go in there to check on him, and he's awake. He's never awake at 8 a.m. when there's no school. So I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Dad, I was up all night. Like, why? I was playing games and it's vacation. I'm like, all right, now you need to stay up till 9 o'clock tonight. Otherwise, you're going to throw this whole thing out of whack. Where was I going with this? It started with football. Oh, yeah, it's 8 o'clock, and he's out here in the street throwing the football to himself and kicking it. He's like throwing it up and then running and catching it, throwing it up, running and catching it. It's at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's like 32 degrees outside, and he's wearing a T-shirt. Like, that's dedication, kid, but also stupid. Go put on a jacket. It's
Exactly.
I spent the last few days playing a lot of Fortnite with Zach, who's my 16-year-old, and then Reyes, who's my 22-year-old back in Maryland. Reyes been off. And I've realized that my hand-eye coordination on a video controller is not what it once was.
Right.
I used to play competitively all the way through college. I played a game called Counter-Strike. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's a lot like Call of Duty. I used to play in different tournaments and get paid to play. That's not the case anymore. My sons are getting 19, 20 kills a pop. My son's girlfriend's getting 20 kills a pop, and I'm getting 2. I'm like, this isn't fun anymore.
I know. And my 10-year-old, when he was 10, 3 years ago, was playing Fortnite. And I decided then and there, I was never playing this game again. First of all, I wasn't a big fan. It's just wonky and weird to me.
It is.
I'd rather the realism of Call of Duties, et cetera, et cetera. But he wiped the floor with me. And that was 10. That was 3 years ago. Like, nope, never playing again. Speaking of the devil, man, he just texted me from the other room. Broncos reportedly benching Russell Wilson for the rest of 2023. My son's texting me football news.
Did you tell him there's only 3 days left of 2023? It's okay.
So he is not wrong. I just, because I've got 100 screens right next to me, so I instantly just pulled it up. Broncos are benching Russell Wilson for the final 2 games of the regular season.
So now the Raiders might actually lose to whoever their starting quarterback is. All right, whatever. Good question.
Jarrett
Stidham. Yeah, the Raiders. He's the guy. What a weird turn of events. Last season, the Raiders benched and exited Derek Carr in favor to play the final 2 games of the season, Jarrett Stidham. Fast forward 1 year, almost to the day, and they are sitting down Russell Wilson, and he gets the nod for 2 more games at the end of the year. Weird.
Was still a playoff shot.
Yeah, they've got the same shot as the Raiders do at this point. But we got to play the Broncos in the final game of the season. By the way, Jesse Dugas, if you are at all intrigued or interested, and I know you've been a lot recently, but I told my son that if the scenario happens where the Raiders, who are playing the Broncos in Allegiant Stadium, the final game of the year, if the scenario is put forth that if the Raiders win that game and they are in the playoffs, which we'll know after the conclusion of next week's events, most likely, or we'll know what, if they win and this happens, blah, blah, blah. But if that scenario is put forth, I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to the game. I'm taking my son. It costs nothing for us, as you know. We just got to behave on the casino floor, which I know you will not do. But
me?
You don't behave. I'm talking no gambling, none.
I could. Oh, that's easy. I could do that.
Okay, but then we get there
after the free play.
The free play is always in play, and maybe $500, maybe $1,000. Well, whatever. Whatever. That's neither here nor there.
Hey, so we're not going to let Nick set goals for 2024. We're going to set them for him, right?
Yes.
Like personal goals. Like I think goal number 1 needs to be not go to the hospital. Goal number 2 needs to be
don't die. I think the ultimate goal is don't die.
Yeah, don't die. That's a good one.
Don't die. No ER trips. No more kids. I think that's a strong 3 for Nick.
I think we're good on the no more kids part.
Are you sure?
They make pills for that.
You want to throw Danielle? Is she in the house? Is she on vacation? Let's bring her in real quick.
We're 100% sure.
I want to ask. Okay, good. All right. Well, why don't you go get re-snipped?
No.
Wait, you were snipped and got unsnipped?
Yeah.
You didn't know this?
I didn't know you got unsnipped.
Oh, dude. So yeah, I got fixed.
Well, so I didn't know you got snipped either. Yeah. No,
I got fixed 16 years ago, 17 years ago. And no more kids. And then got unfixed, and then we did the whole IVF thing, and had Liam, and then had Sophie.
Now, let me ask you this question.
And we're good.
With the whole IVF thing, did you wouldn't need to have gotten unsnipped since you went IVF, right? Did you get unsnipped, then found out issues, whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, you unlucky son of a bitch. You didn't have to get
guaranteed? Is it guaranteed that you can't get pregnant now, so you don't need to get
do you know how they go in and they take like a big
I had it done. Yeah, I know.
Go in behind you and no, dude, I would rather get unsnipped, do what I do in the little private room with the 70s porn. And, then have that needle shoved into my
Oh, you're making me think of that show again. Hey, have you seen Obliterated yet, Jesse?
I have not.
Watch it.
With JP's reaction and yours, I don't know if I want.
Oh my god!
Oh, dear God! There's a scene, and this is what I told Nick. There's a scene. I am not going to say anything other than there's a scene. And you are going to see said scene, and you're going to think of me and this conversation that we had and go, holy shit, you were not kidding, JP. There's a scene.
So, the shitty thing about my life.
Don't you even dare look it up right now, buddy. No. You put the fingers down and you watch it and let it happen. You let it happen, man. You just let it happen. If you look now, it's going to ruin it for you, and you won't watch it. Trust me.
Yeah. And it's actually worth watching. The show is actually really,
it's really good.
It's well written. It's funny.
Do you like burritos? Okay, never mind. It's not.
I did.
Okay. That has nothing to do with Nick will get that.
Are you guys Letterkenny fans?
No.
Yeah.
We have a true, honest to God nerd joining Dadcast right now. Like you are the definition of nerd in disguise, man.
Tattooed.
I know you're a tattooed nerd. We all are. Nick more than most. But
the tribal piece on my shoulder is techie though. It's circuit boards with a baseball field buried in the middle of it.
I have a Godsmack sign on the back of my leg. It's okay. We've all made bad choices.
So we've decided, and now that this is official, by the way, Jesse, welcome, man. I'm glad you're part of the team and in front. How is this going to work out? Are we gonna fumble over each other? Are we gonna hold hand to talk? Are we gonna just see how it goes, fly by the seat of our pants like Nick and I have done for the last 3.5 years? What do you think?
I think that the thing that makes Dadcast so successful and so engaging is the fact that it's unscripted. So I would never want to take that away from Dadcast.
Good, because we weren't going to let you.
Right. With that, and I mean, I think it's like, I think every episode treated the same format as we're doing with this right here. There's a lot of respect between the three of us. There's no reason to talk over each other, and everybody's going to get an opportunity to speak. There's no reason to have to raise a hand, and there's no reason to have to script anything. Now, that doesn't mean not to come in with some notes, which I know that you already do at times. Coming in with some notes and some hot points and some things to be discussed, as we talked about off air before we got on this. But no, I don't think we change what's great about Dadcast. I just think we do more of it and see if we can't get some of the bigger name people. I mean, you've had you guys collectively have had some terrific guests. I mean, the history of the people that you have had on this podcast for a small podcast out of a town with 25,000 people, and then UJP Medford with 100,000 people or whatever. And the fact that we've been seen millions of times around the world already with different episodes and different clips and reels and so on just shows that what you do is working. My part is to not screw this thing up, right? And it's super simple. It's
I don't know what your position is on the screen right here. Do you have it so where whoever talks shows up, or do you see everyone at once?
I see everybody at once.
Okay, so you're worried about screwing things up. Where is Nick located on your screen? Point. Bottom? Okay, so in that case, he'd be like over there. All right?
So you're top left. I'm top right.
Nick's curious. You see the look on his face? He's like, what the hell is he about to do?
I'm like, wait a minute, because
if you're worried about screwing things up as far as being presented on here and asking questions, look at that guy right there, okay? Son of a bitch fell asleep in the middle of a podcast.
I didn't fall asleep. I passed out.
He passed out, and there's no screwing it up bigger than that, my friend. So you're fine. It's going to be okay.
Well, and one of the things you and I had talked about, look at that. I had a Padre tattoo popping up. We're not going to talk about them. One of the things
you want to talk about the Padres?
Is no, I do not. In the fire sale right now that they're doing, no,
By the way, this background was just for you today.
Oh, I know. Dodger Stadium. Hey, if you want to go spend $200 on a Dodger dogs, that's what's going to cost to pay for Otani's contract.
Where is it? I can't find it.
All
right, sorry, go ahead.
We had talked behind the scenes, and one of the, besides the fact that we get to tease Nick, is there's a good chance we get to tease Nick without him even being aware, because we can just, shove him off to the side when he passes out, and you and I can continue.
Yeah, there we go.
No, we love Nick.
I'll be fine.
We care deeply for Nick. Nick and I talk, and JP and I talk, a lot. JP got me hooked on Pokemon a couple weeks back. And
yeah, bull crap. You haven't logged on since.
No, well, my wife kind of said, hey, you're not going to, play that much. And I said, I'm not.
She would it's on the phone. How would she know?
I know.
Were you plus, Pokemon
I'm going for a walk. I am exercising. What's the
good point? That's a good point.
Hello, win-win, man. It's a win-win.
She, as Jen does and as Danielle does, Sandy has a look, right? And she won't tell me not to, but she knows, and she knows that I know that she knows that I know that she knows, and so it's one of those things to where I got that look, and I haven't logged back in because I got the look.
Well, unlike you two, I don't care. I don't care.
Well,
maybe I care. I'm kidding. Mostly.
You said
but let me give you.
Hang on. You said that your favorite thing in this world to do, besides being a parent, is to grind. Mm-hmm. My favorite thing to do outside of being a parent is my wife.
Like literally or figuratively?
Or
both.
Both.
Okay. And so I understand. But I'm very much guilty of the most recent was Sunday Night Football, Raiders, Jets, 4 or 5 weeks ago. It was a Friday. I'm sitting here. Sawyer walks in the garage from school. And I look at him. The game's Sunday night. Okay. I look at him. I go, do you want to go to the Raider game on Sunday night? And he's like, yeah, I want to go.
I was shocked when I saw you guys there.
And this is Friday night, okay? I call Jen. I'm like, Jen, how would you feel about, she's like, you better not. How do I feel? I wouldn't. That's what I would feel. So anyway, we went to the game, and this is there's my example of I care. I just sometimes override the common sense of listening to the wife and just do it anyway because of my nature, my birth sign, who I am as a person. There's you combine a whole bunch of these different personality traits and things, and it, you know, and I, plus how well I know her. Most of it wasn't mad that I was going. It was because she didn't get to go with us. And that I think is what was the biggest issue. But then again, I did throw it out. I gave the option, hey, I found an extra ticket. Let's go. Let's rock and roll, baby. Let's hop in the car. But we have the people to watch the other kids and the dogs. It was too quick. So anyway, long story. I know, blah, blah, blah. Freaking open-winded. I a lot of times don't take her advice and I just do shit anyway.
Well, and, you know, so everything, I'm headed to Florida this next month.
Ooh, where?
Tampa.
Okay, far north.
And so, you know, I've never been there, but I'm going to hang out with Justin and get his podcast stuff set up in person for him there.
When is that?
Haven't decided yet. It'll be sometime in January.
Do you need help? Because I could be your Florida tour guide, man. It's my second home.
We'll talk.
We need to figure a car out a day or two extra to go deep south if that's the case, because I need to take you to the best fish taco joint in the history of the world.
Oh, that might make it worth it right there. But it's, you know, it's 19 years Sandy and I have been together. And I can't think of a single time in 19 years that she said no to something I wanted to do. Not a single time. Hey, I need to go to Vegas to land some clients. Okay, go. Hey, I need to go to Vegas because I need to check out. Hey, go. Hey, I'm going to take your 16-year-old and his girlfriend to San Diego for his birthday, just the three of us, and you're going to stay here and watch the kids. Okay, go.
Yeah.
Right. So 19 years, Sandy has never said no to anything that I've wanted to do. So, I mean, I love Jen. She's awesome. Danielle, equally as awesome. No one caps Sandy. And it's not because she's just yes, but and not saying that, you know, Jen and Danielle aren't, because they're both incredible, but I don't know them behind the scenes the way that you two do. Sandy's our rock, you know, so it's, with 4 kids in a business and everything here, this world don't turn for me without her. And so it's as much as I say my favorite thing to do is her, because it is, the support in the way that she.
I wish I had a grease drop right now that says, "Oh, Sandra D." Right,
and that is her name.
I know,
Sandra D.
I know.
That is it. And it's we, you know, you, me, and her, we had some fun in Vegas, not in a creepy way.
No, not at all.
No, but in a you know, you taught her the ways of Dorothy.
Yes, I did.
And she got a lot
of remember, this is a podcast. You need to explain some things a lot. I did teach her the ways of Dorothy. Dorothy is a slot machine. It is called Munchkin Land in Las Vegas. There you go.
Yep. And she ended up playing by the rules, hitting a $2,400 hand pay on a dollar bet.
Nice.
So, which paid for our entire trip.
Which was supposed to be my hand pay, but you know, whatever. That's what happens when you show everyone the rules. They win and you get screwed. I no longer can go to Vegas with Jesse and his wife, because every time after that first time, they win, I tuck tail and lose. Every single time.
You remember that one time
I had to call you to borrow money once when I was in Vegas because I was doing so bad. Bro, I need $300 more. I get you back as soon as I get home. It was that type of weekend.
Yeah, and you did.
Of course I did, but it's just
Well, you remember that one time we took Nick to Vegas? It was kind of the
10 minutes?
Yeah, it was our 3. Hey, Jesse, we're going to take you to Vegas. We're going to introduce you to Brian, who was great. Love him. Him and I have become super close, right? And it's where I ended up meeting and landing my biggest client to date, was through these different commitments and meet and greets, you know, because you guys took me there. But Nick, seriously, we hadn't even landed and he was happening.
No, he's on. We're in the freaking tarmac in Medford. Yeah, dude, I don't feel good. Something's not right.
Yeah, dude, I remember the headache was like the worst headache in the world. And I'm like, fuck it, let's get on the plane. I'll be better. I'll take a nap. Nope.
It got worse. And that's when he ended up stroking out, and a year and a half of serious issues, which have now eased up with that most recent surgery, and one more coming up later this year. But Yeah, man. What a tumultuous ride it's been since that point in time.
Crazy. Yeah.
Jesse and I have been to Vegas probably 20 to 25 times since. You've been none.
Well, you and I, you taught me the ways, and going in there and charging any and everything to my room and making sure that I get credit for it, and spending a little bit of money gambling, never overboard, very controlled, has gotten it to where I go to Vegas for free now.
Yes, sir.
So,
and speaking of, man, it all resets in like 3 days. Well,
yeah.
For everyone watching, it already reset. But yeah, and dude,
I didn't make it.
I'm back to the bare bottom, dude, because this year I did not do Vegas like JP normally does Vegas.
You're not gonna
dude, I'm gold maybe.
That's what I am too. I'm gold. I missed.
No, I didn't even hit gold this year because of the double. So I gotta reattain everything starting next year. But I still get my comps, et cetera, but just not, dude, walking into those platinum lounges, they know me, though, so I think I'm still just going to walk in anyway and see what happens, but it's, yeah. We got
you and I watch a lot of YouTube and
re-achieve
gamblers and stuff, and the one thing that I was doing that I'm no longer doing is I'm no longer chasing the tier, right? I'm not going to chase platinum. I'm not going to chase gold. What I get is what I get. I'm not going to chase
and
it.
If you do it like we've been doing it, you're going to get there anyway. There's no need to chase it. It happens. It comes to us naturally.
Well, and what bent me is the cybersecurity glitch that a certain hotel chain or casino chain had this year is what's going to keep me from maintaining my platinum status.
Oh, it rhymes with NGN for the record.
Yes, it does. So. All right, Nick, why don't you tell us what your goals are? I mean, we set our goals for you. Don't die.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
I take it back. I want my goal to be platinum in Vegas for 2024. That's it.
Jeez.
we need to go. And I've been there with you and Jen. We went, the four of us, you, Jen, me, and Sandy. We went and we hung out and had a fabulous time over our anniversary there a little over a year ago. And it was incredible. And, Sandy, Jen, and I hit the lazy river, and JP didn't because he doesn't want to burn.
I burst into flames if I get too much sun, man. You guys know
damn
this.
Ginger.
I don't think that was it. I think I had didn't I have to go to Sticky Paws, or I don't remember. Something.
No.
Did I need to sleep? Did I have a headache?
I think you slept because you had a headache.
Did you make me drink the night before?
I didn't make you do anything.
Oh, whatever. I don't remember. There's so many damn trips to that town I can't recall. But I do, but not doing the lazy river does sound like me. So yeah.
No, it was.
I think I was body shamed. I'm not ready to. This thing is not ready to.
Let it flow.
Join me on my goals this year, then, JP.
We've already did it. You want to do 100,000 and grind lifestyle kick ass. No one wants to hear what you said.
That's the business side.
I'm just kidding, man. Go.
More fitness. Doctors cleared me to do anything I want, as long as I don't get hit in the head.
Can I add one thing to that though? I love it. I love the more fitness, but let's do less goddamn fitness on Facebook. That's just what I'm saying.
Nope. No, just wait and see when a certain
look, Nick's working out again, Hyde. Oh, look, he's working out again, Hyde.
A certain rock star and I collab, and we got something for launching next month.
Come back to him in 2 weeks. Oh, crap, he's working out again, Hyde. Okay, I'm playing. Exactly. I haven't hit you. I can prove it.
Anyway, so no, that's the main thing is just more fitness, more family adventures this year. Kind of like we're going to start this weekend. Actually, we're going to the Portland Zoo. So that's going to be the first.
Go lift giraffes or what? I mean, what's the fitness there?
I'm going to lift elephants, dude. Fuck giraffes.
More fitness. Never mind.
No, I'm going to put Sophie in the front back and walk my fat ass around the zoo.
Now that would be incredible. If you're squatting with the kid strapped to you and doing that, I want to see. Absolutely.
Because she moves. She doesn't stay in one spot anymore.
That's why I want to see it. The 870,000th thing of Nick doing this.
We went to Tokyo.
Mix it up. I'll do a handstand. Put the dumbbells on fire. Something.
If I wasn't
baby on your back
Facebook, I'd stop.
Dude.
Facebook's paying me though. So there's that.
We went to Tokyo 2 years ago, and I put Jace on my back and hiked Tokyo Falls with him on my back. I thought I was going to die.
Yeah. Dude, I walked around the
That is
mall
insane.
with Sophie on the front pack. I thought I was going to die. Now the zoo is like 1,000,000 times bigger than the mall. So
She's not that heavy, man. Is she?
she's 18 pounds. So 18 pounds at about 45 minutes in. That's
That's a large
lot.
burrito, dude. Relax.
Are they strapped to your? She's not strapped to your neck though, right?
No. Nice little front pack, like backpack
Okay.
type thing. Yeah,
Yeah, I could dig
it'll
that.
be fun.
Just don't
So
look
I
at
got
the
a question.
monkeys. They throw poo.
I got a question for both of you, since this was, pre me joining on this side of it. Favorite guest of 2023?
Ooh.
Here, I need to. Nick, you go ahead and think about that one.
Mine's actually going to be Thomas Nicholas, just because I've been talking to him for 2 years and got to know him pre-podcast. So it was cool to actually talk to him on the podcast.
Okay.
And we've become pretty good friends since then. So
I'm gonna go ahead and one up this answer. No, that's God damn it, man. By the way, Nick, I love you. I was playing. I was recollecting and thinking about the diarrhea that comes out of my mouth after the diarrhea came out of my mouth, and go, God damn it, was I too harsh? Did I do it again? Did I offend? If I did, I didn't mean to. I'm just
What are we
playing.
talking about?
Post
What
all
are
the
we talking-
goddamn fitness videos you want.
I would stop.
I'm
if Facebook
just
stopped
gonna
paying-
keep
when
hiding you.
Facebook
It's no big
stops
deal.
paying me, I'll stop.
So, upping that answer, you ask me who my favorite guest of 2023, Mr. Jesse Dugas, host of Dadcast. Oh, I love it. Well, between AJ Buckley, Barry Corbin, Brian and Rob and Craig, Chad Cota, Chris Carlisle, Craig Campbell, Dan Cadwell, Dan Shaddix, Derek Culpaper, Drew Reese, Joey Bradford from the U's, John Andrasic, Kyle Carnahan, Kyle Christie, Matt Noveski, Novasana Boys, O'Day Osborne, UFC fighter, Omar Cardona from The Voice, Pat Hilton, Peter Lankoff, Stephen Hill, Thomas Ian Nicholas, Toby Rand, Tony Raines, Tyson Yen, Zach Babcock, and Zachary Knighton. I'm going to go with Zachary Knighton. Episode number 100 was my favorite. He invited me to go to Hawaii to have fish tacos on his boat.
Did you take him up on it?
Not yet.
And you're a little late because he's moved off the island.
He did?
Yeah, Hawaii 5 or whatever Magnum PI is done. So they're everybody's moving.
That was the final season?
That was it. Yeah.
But when we talked to him, which was, oh my goodness, that's a year ago already.
Yeah. Yeah. I got so when the
So I think that was our first episode of 2023. Because
yeah,
I've got it in my 2023 files.
They decided not to renew it for another season, so that was it. Stephen Hill has gone on to do other things and moved away, and Zach is moving back to the States.
Well, now I feel like an asshole. Thanks for communicating with me again, Nick. I appreciate it. All right.
Thought you guys were homies. Sorry. He invited you out for fish tacos.
He invited you on his boat for fish tacos.
Yeah.
He didn't invite me for fish tacos.
Yes, he did. You were on the episode.
No,
You were
guys
there.
I was there, but you guys were conversing about fish tacos.
Oh, well, then you got to insert yourself, man. Been
I
saying
was
it for years.
fanboying about Magnum. I was like,
Yes, you were. Peter Lankoff, man, that guy.
That was a cool one.
Dude, I mean, come on. This guy is a friggin' epic.
Yeah.
Dude, the Father's Day episode for me is always a big hit. It's hard. Barry Corbett.
I was on that one.
Yes, you were, sir. Yes, you were. And by the way, he's been on a few episodes, but you've never been featured. That's why I'm so happy you're on today. You are featured, and it coincides with us making that announcement that you are now part of the team, and going forward, there's going to be less of me talking, and that's always a good thing.
I don't know if there's going to be less of you talking.
Yeah, I didn't notice it today.
More of me shaking my head no.
Let me put it this way. There may be the same amount of me talking, but there will be more voice in Dadcast because you are on the show, because Nick never talks. So,
Nick doesn't. Why don't you talk, Nick?
Because JP's got so much great things to say.
no,
so.
bull crap. Come on. We're going to let's dive in. Let's analyze this.
I think we should analyze this. And this is where Nick's going to realize that, us three is probably not a good idea, because he's going to realize that JP and I see a lot of things on the same level. And so do Nick and I.
Hey guys, let's be buddies, not bullies. All right.
No one's being a bully here, buddy.
We're just asking a simple question. When on camera, because off camera, you've got plenty to say.
Right. And it's weird. I don't know. Because I can talk these guys, most of the guests we have, I talk to pretty much on a regular basis off the camera, right? On the camera, it's different. And it's like, I don't know, JP is a better interviewer, I guess. I in my eyes, maybe that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, there's no arguing that. And that's not me being cocky. But that doesn't matter.
Oh, that was pretty cocky. Fuck you.
No. That doesn't matter, Nick. I can.
But no, and maybe
wait, hold on. Does this mean I got to stop when Jesse does that? Is
no,
shaking
see, Nick has to stop. I'm pointing to the bottom.
It just looks like you're pointing at your wiener right now. That's all I see.
That's my turn.
And it went off the rails.
Oh, dude, it always does.
Just
Come
like
on.
Just like that. No, Nick does.
Regardless if I am a good interview, a crappy interview, talk more, different personality. That's besides the point, bro. You've been a part of this since day -1. In fact, it was essentially your idea, for the most part, to do a podcast. So here we are, 3.5, 4 years later.
We've had some episodes though where I've talked a lot more. We even had an episode where I got you. Remember that one time where
the pregnant one? Who was it?
Pregnant.
I think it was AJ Buckley. No, that's the one you passed out. It was one.
No, Thomas Nicholas. It was Thomas.
It might have been, yeah.
We were talking about something, and you're like, "Oh, she did." I'm like, "She said she was pregnant," and you're like, "What?"
Yeah. I was like, he had me like there's like a 2-3 second pause where I couldn't say something. It was amazing.
It was weird.
It was so awesome. But
so I think we should put Nick on the spot here and let Nick announce who the first non-Jesse guest is going to be on Dadcast in 2024.
We don't have anybody yet.
Well, then we're not going to do
it.
I'm going to go ahead and look at the camera and say, edit that out. Thank you. Okay.
Along with Nick, get on it.
Get on it, brother.
No, I've got a bunch on the hook. I just don't know. Do we want to go like super famous? Do we want to go middle of the road? Do we want to go local? All of it. I want to interview a lot more local people. I want to build up our local following. I want more local business owners, local dads, even local moms to get on the podcast and kind of create some local love.
Stuff that we will discuss at a meeting, not on a podcast. The fourth. That is the date. I'm like, there's a fourth question? We've entered the fourth reality. I want to tell you guys a quick story. I mean, I'm going to ask you, we're going to lighten it up. Nick, any cool, funny stories, awkward stories from Christmas? Or was it smooth sailing for you?
It's pretty smooth sailing.
What about you, Jesse? Aside from the sickness.
Wife surprised me with a new wedding ring. I haven't worn a wedding ring in probably 12 years.
I wish my lady would do that. You know the story.
I was there.
I know, and I still to this day, like, I panic. I still have a dent. There's still a dent there, man. I lost my freaking ring in Vegas, and I have no idea where. And it's not what you think. I didn't take it off, because I was being squirrely or anything like that. I got
a Vegas story I want to tell about you after finishing this.
Okay. Anyway, I wish she had bought me another one. That would have been really cool.
So she got me and I'm not wearing it right now because I forgot to put it on this morning because it's new to me again. But it's a titanium wedding ring with a Jack Daniel's barrel inlay. And so it's got the oak wood on the inside of the titanium. It's beautiful.
Does it have superpowers?
I hope so.
Like you tap on a bottle and it fills the Jack Daniels.
Yeah, that would be cool. But no, it's very, very excited about that one. But my Vegas story with JP. So,
oh boy,
I had never, Vegas for me, I'd been there when I was a kid, but I'd never really been there. And Nick bowed out and went home, and JP decided he was going to take me to the best steakhouse in Vegas. And it is the best steakhouse in Vegas.
Arguably, but yes.
Right. And so we go and we're walking out, and this female approaches me. And I had for the first time in my life an old fashioned, and it was a big one. You know where I'm going with this, right?
I think so.
And this lady walks up to me and starts talking, and I was being friendly, wasn't engaging in any way that was inappropriate. And JP literally grabs me by the scuff and goes, "She's going to cost you a lot of money, son," and pulls me away. And I go, what are you doing? He goes, you need to learn how to spot a working girl in Vegas and avoid them. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And so there were some other things that were said, but I appreciate the fact that JP kept me from getting in trouble.
Yes.
I was just
He fought it. No, she likes me, man.
I just thought she wanted to have a conversation. No, she did not. I also found out from JP what do you want to get a cup of coffee in Vegas means. Does not mean that you want to get a cup of coffee.
At 4:00 in the morning. They always get me when I'm sitting by myself early morning at a slot machine. And, they'll walk by and, do a little cockeye look, and then they'll swing back around. And I notice them looking at the hand. And since the fateful day, there's no damn ring there anymore. That was like my deterrent. No, go away. And sit down. Hey, hon. I'm like, nope. That's as far as they get now. Hey, nope. But nope.
The roles have switched because I took my father-in-law to NPK, which is a drag racing series, and I took him there in September. And the racing ended about 1:30 in the morning, and so we got back to a giant green casino hotel on the Strip in Vegas, and we're walking into the underpass, getting ready to walk in, and there were two girls that were wearing cellophane wrap. That's all they were wearing. And walked up to my father-in-law and started having a conversation with him. And I felt the JP in me with, nope. And he goes, what? And I go, no, you need to learn to spot them. So
it's obvious. Once it's like riding a bike. Once you know how, it's easy peasy.
Oh man.
I want to share a Christmas story with you. This happened on my Christmas. The morning went great. Raiders kicked the crap out of the Chiefs. It was fantastic. It was a nice chill day. But then the time came where we had to go to the mother-in-law's, which is in my neighborhood. She's currently renting a home here while her other one gets repaired. So it's usually we go there. We have that family's version of Christmas over there. Now, a week ago, it was supposed to be me and my kids and the lady and mother-in-law and grandma. That was the extent of it. And then somehow on Christmas Eve, maybe Christmas morning, it turned into, well, now Jen's niece and her kids were going to go. And then when we found that out, Jen's niece, meaning her sister, Jen's other niece, decided to come as well with her kids. So now we've got our three. One's three, the other's two. Okay, we got a damn basketball team going on and the bench for as far as little children. Little, crazy, very loud, obnoxious, on Christmas, crazy children. Okay, and that's fine, man. I love them. They're great. Our kids were crazy too. So you add that to the mix. Then they're like, well, since they're going, grandma on their end and mother of the nieces decided to bring her and her husband. So it turned out that it was literally everyone on that side of the family coming. And the idea prior to Christmas was to have your own potluck. So there was phone calls. What do you want for dinner? What do you want for dinner? What do you want for dinner? I picked deviled eggs because I love me some deviled eggs and a chocolate cake for dessert. Why not? It's Christmas. My kid picked hamburgers. My baby girl picked steak. Someone did baked potatoes. There was spaghetti. There was corn on the cob. Everyone picked something to eat. Jen picked hash browns. It was terrific in theory. We get there. Mother-in-law has not cooked, prepared, or started anything. This is a rental, mind you, so there's a single burner in the kitchen that works. The barbecue for the steak and the burgers and the dogs and whatnot, there was none, so she bought one, had not been assembled. There's no spatulas. We found one and it's plastic. You don't want to put the plastic. Anyway, you get where I'm going at here. Absolute madness, chaos, all while poor Jason, if you're watching this, just trying to watch his Niners play the game with, and then Jen thought it would be a great idea to bring the karaoke machine that Avery got over. So all the kids are the entire time. It was a goddamn nightmare, but it was so much fun, and it was with family. But I bowed out. Sawyer and he comes up, he's like, Dad, can we go home? I'm like, why? What's wrong? He's like, I can't do this. Come on, all right, let's go. Let's
Let's
go home, buddy. Come on, let's go home. I went home, passed out, blah blah blah. But it was a crazy end to our Christmas. And speaking of crazy ends, Jesse, you got something? We're about to end it. We're about at our hour, brother.
Just I've told you privately how impressed I am by Sawyer's ability to do things. I mean, the fact that, how old is he right now?
Well, you wouldn't be impressed with his ability to do dishes, though. He's 13.
The kid put together his own gaming computer with no help.
Yeah, but he can't put a brush to a goddamn plate with some water and soap on it.
Neither can I.
So there's a method to the madness. Okay, all right. Yes, you have said he did build his own PC. He's pretty, when he applies himself and wants to get something done, he's like Papa. It gets done.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to do laundry in my house.
God, I wish that was my problem.
There was this one time where I cleaned up an oil slick with a towel and threw it in with everybody else's clothes.
Bad news bears. Ooh. No wonder you can't do laundry.
Not allowed to do laundry anymore.
Cat litter, bro. On the oil slick.
Not in the laundry.
Not in the laundry. If you got a problem with your computers, your website, you need a website done, you need your back-end or SEO work done, JPS Computers and Jesse Dugas is the man to call. If you need to clean up your oil spill, call his wife. Which blows my mind because you're a car guy. You should know these things.
There was quick dry in the garage, JP.
There you go. All right. There you go. Why didn't you use the quick dry then?
Because that wouldn't have got me out of laundry.
Oh, so this was on purpose. Sandra D, are you watching? It was all a ploy. It was all tricksters.
Remember that one time when Jesse's like
15 years ago.
He's like, yes, wife. Not anymore, buddy.
Yeah, right. All right.
Thanks again. I'm looking forward to the 2024 season with Dadcast. Thank you both again for the opportunity to co-host with this, this incredible product that you have both built. Looking forward to doing my part, continuing to help it grow.
Absolutely. And now that you are literally legit one of the faces of Dadcast, we expect you to kick our asses and your own. So, all right.
Absolutely. That's what we got Alex for.
I don't want to kick her ass, though. She's awesome.
No, but she'll kick ours.
Okay, fair enough. Once again, everyone, he is Jesse Dugas, the newest member and host of Dadcast. I hate saying co-host. I've tried my best in the last few episodes to not include co. You're just a host. Nick's a host.
Love it.
Jesse's a host. I'm a host. Okay, Nick's a co-host. Jesse's a host. I'm a host. Merry Christmas. Happy freaking New Year. Jesse, we love you. We look forward to beautiful memory making here in the next year. Thank you for joining the team. To everyone watching and listening worldwide, wherever you may be and however you may be listening or watching, thank you so very much. If you haven't done so already, please take the time to subscribe, like, comment, do all the things on social media. It really helps us give you more stuff. We appreciate it. We love you, and we'll catch you on the very next episode, 2024. Who's it going to be? Email Nick and find out. Later, guys.
Cheers, y'all.